Hello, hello, all you beautiful beings. This is Jessie with Angelic Love Messages, and I want to thank you for joining us today. Us meaning our angels and guides and spirits. This is exciting. I'm really excited to see where this reading goes today. I will be reading from Gordon Smith's Oracle deck. It's called the Healing Spirits Oracle. It's a beautiful 48 card deck and guidebook, and the illustrations and artwork is done by Naomi Walker. So I will see about putting the link in. Because this is a new channel, I might only be able to list the name of the deck. Therefore, y'all can go out either to Hay House, the Hay House website, and order it there, or order it through Amazon. So it's a beautiful deck. So our angels and guides are here, and spirits are here with us today to deliver a warm, loving message for the collective consciousness that is infused with Reiki energy. The Reiki definition I was taught simply means an energy technique for stress reduction and relaxation that also promotes balance in and around the body. So before we get started, I do invite you to take a moment to accept the Reiki energy, as free will is fully present and respected. If you're not comfortable accepting the Reiki energy, that is completely okay. You can still listen if you choose to do so. It will be there waiting for you if and when you decide to allow it to flow through you, regardless of when or where you may be. It's harmless. And when I say that it's harmless, that just simply means that some of you may not feel anything at all, and others who may be a little more in tune with their body and more sensitive, you may experience a warm or cooling sensation throughout your body or in your hands, like from the palms of your hands in particular. But everybody's different. It's not necessarily, I feel the warm energy. My hands get really hot when Reiki energy comes through. And this energy is being channeled through me. So this is not from me. It is channeled through me, meaning this beautiful, warm, loving energy comes from the divine spiritual realm and our angels and the Reiki masters. Some may feel a little tingly, maybe in your fingertips or your toes, or maybe throughout your whole body or your tummy. You know, it affects each and every one of us differently. So if that happens, please do not be alarmed. You are okay. However, because I do want to make this disclaimer that I am not a medical professional, so if there is anything that hurts or doesn't feel right, I definitely recommend, if it's something out of the norm for you, please go seek the medical attention that you need or that you feel guided to receive, please. And if you choose not to receive this Reiki energy, that's okay too. You don't have to accept it. You can still listen to the messages. With that being said, let's take a moment here. Thank you, angels, for reminding us of your presence and the messages we are about to receive from you, our guides, and our spirits. Thank you for your unconditional and powerful love today and every day. May we understand your guidance and wisdom of the Reiki energy through this reading. Please guide my words and actions as I work with all beings and things. So be it. I'm taking just a moment to feel their presence and their energy. Thank you, angels. The first card that came out has a beautiful image of, they're all beautiful images, by the way, so I just want to make that little disclaimer in the beginning. But the first card, the first message that the angels delivered to us, has an individual with their arms open wide to the sky, to the heavens, and they're standing in the ocean at sunset. At least for me, this is my interpretation. And this beautiful explosive, it's almost like a magical sunset, because as the sun sets in the distance, the beams radiate to the open sky and the heavens in almost an aurora borealis type colors. There's red and green and yellow and the fiery orange and red mixed with a soft glow. And the words on the message, the first step is taken. You have asked for help. So I feel like today our angels are, and guides and spirits, they're reminding us to and encouraging us to ask for help. And that's the first step always. And this is what y'all have done. I'm hearing that this is your strength card. You've already asked for help. You're here listening to our message. The ocean to me, to us, it's calming, it's soothing, especially at sunset. It's as if the day is setting, the day is ended or ending or beginning for some. For some, you're out and about at night. So this sunset is a symbol of unity. It ties us all together as one. Even though the individual on this card is alone, they are never alone. Oh, I hear, okay, so thank you, angels. They're having a party in the sky. That's what it means to them. Oh, and I just love it. I love hearing their beautiful words, their voices, and we're excited. We're rejoicing that you're here with us. We're all around you and never far away. So now I'm being guided to read from the guidebook, and this first message comes from the Healing from Spirit Healers and Helpers. So we have spirit healers and helpers with us today as well. And Gordon Smith, he breaks his messages up in 4 different sections. And those 4 sections are healing from spirit healers and helpers, healing from spirit guides, healing from spirit sages and masters, and healing from guardian spirits. So we have all of them with us today. And I originally was only I'd asked for, my intentions were for only a 3-card pull or 3-card reading. And we received 4. So this is exciting. I wanted to share that little note there. So the first one comes from the Healing from Spirit Healers and Helpers section. And it just so happens to be the first card in the section. So it has a number 1 on the card itself. So for all my numerologists out there, I do believe that is a sign. And actually, I looked at all of the cards, and overall, this is very symbolic for the overall reading and the message that the angelic realm is trying to deliver for us today. So card number 1, the first step is taken. You have asked for help. So many people don't know how to ask for help or have never even considered asking healing spirits for assistance when they are feeling low. But it is the easiest thing to do. Simply say, "Please, Spirit, will you help me?" Spirit healers and helpers will soon be in your energy and working to lift you up again. Take a moment each day to feel their healing energy in your life and allow yourself to be balanced and regenerated by their healing balm. It is also important that you learn to give thanks when you do this practice. If you ask from the heart, it shall be given. And now we will go into the second card. So I am not, at this moment in my readings, in our readings, because it's not me, this is the message is being channeled. We are not going to address, or we're not going to really go into reversed card meanings. Kyle Gray had mentioned that reversed cards, I really liked what he said, in that when angels deliver us, or our guides and spirits deliver us cards that are in reverse, especially with oracle cards. Tarot is different to my understanding. I know a little bit, but not a lot of tarot. So our channel here, we use primarily oracle cards. And I know that's a bit of a side note, but I felt as though we should share that because this next card was in reverse when it came out. So to reference back to Kyle Gray, I loved how he says when you receive a reversed message, it's our angels guiding us to really pay attention to that message. Like, this is something we really need to be mindful of. And I got goosebumps when I said that because it's so true. It's card number 13. It's the first card again in the section of healing from spirit guides. So I really feel our spirit guides are coming through and sharing lost but never alone. That's the message on this card in particular. And I almost feel teary-eyed because we've all felt alone. Pardon me. I'm an empath. I know I said this in my first reading, but for those who have not, listen to it. I am an empath through and through, and I have my emotions. And when the tears come, I feel that that's our body's way of releasing and cleansing itself. That was actually a dear friend of mine shared that with me, and that's just stuck with me. I love it. So it doesn't come from me. Again, it's words of wisdom from a dear, dear friend of mine. So that kind of helped subdue the tears. And they're all good tears, right? And maybe sometimes they're not good tears, and that's okay too. Sometimes your body just needs a good cry, and however that may be, sad, mad, glad, touched lovingly. And this card just really touched my heart. It touches my heart. It's as if you're on a path. For all my visual learners out there, feel free to close your eyes and just imagine you're out in the woods at night and the trees are looming high above you, and the branches, it's almost as if they're hugging the pathway. There's a little opening right in the middle. So all of the tree branches are bare. It's dark time. It's nighttime. And there's no foliage on the leaves. But I don't get a sense that it's cold. I feel warmth and I feel safe. And I feel with all the branches guiding you up, circled around a brighter blue midnight sky. Follow that guiding light. You're on that path and you're never alone. You may feel lost, and I'm going to add the word feel lost, but you're never alone. I just have this vision of, yes, the angels walking with you side by side, your guides and spirits leading the way. And when you have good intentions and you set those intentions on love, light, and compassion, and you ask for guidance and you ask for clarity, sometimes that lonely path or that path that you feel lost on, I hear the angels saying it's us guiding you along your journey. Your guides and spirits are saying, still your mind, calm your mind so you can hear us. And that may be different for everybody. Some may actually hear words and some may not. Some may just feel that pull. Some may feel a guided, like your intuition guiding you as if you're at a crossroad, maybe a fork in the road, so to speak, is what I'm hearing. There's no wrong choice. The reason they say there's no wrong choice is not because there isn't. No, okay. So we all know right and wrong. If it feels wrong, if your gut is telling you this isn't right, or you have that intuition or pulling this isn't right, it doesn't feel good, it's not right, folks. They're telling you. But if you choose to take that path anyway, if there are red flags and you're like, oh, I'm going, I want this. This is what I want, because that's our ego telling us, hey, I want this. So I'm going to go down that path. And then you're like, the angels are going to say, and your guides and spirits, they're still there. They may be a little quieter, but only because we want you to learn. We will protect you and guide you, and eventually we will get you back on the right path, the path that you're meant to be on, your soul path. So it boils down to free will here on earth, and the angels, our guides, spirits, the angelic realm, they're not going to tell us what to do. We may want somebody to tell us what to do, but they're not going to tell us what to do. You can ask them to intervene and help guide you and help deliver the message clearer for you. And when you do that, that is a sign that you are ready to listen. So you say, thank you, angels, for reminding me of your guidance, of your presence. We all have free will. And the angelic realm, our angels, our guides, spirits, they will never jump in and tell you what to do. We are given choices, and it is our job to make those choices. Right or wrong, we have to make those choices, and we can ask for their guidance. And when we do ask for their guidance, they simply want us to be still and be mindful and open up to them and ask them and listen. And when we make the wrong choice, or a choice that wasn't so great, they will guide us back to the light. They will guide us back onto that path that's less traveled, the awakened path, your own journey that is unique to you specifically. And for some of us, it is being around a large group of people or individuals or beings. It is. We are meant to be out in the public eye. But there are many of us who are not. And many of us, maybe we're just meant to be behind the scenes, and that's okay too. Every single one of us has a purpose and a soul mission on this planet, on this earth. And taking the path or the road less traveled can sometimes feel quite lonely, or we may feel as if we're lost because things aren't going the way that we thought they were going to be, or what we had envisioned for our life, our human life. I can do another reading or maybe just a miscellaneous message on that at another time, but just know that you're never alone. Ask for guidance and they will be there to help you. I hear our angels and our guides and spirits saying, we will be there to help you. So remember in the beginning, I said that this was the first card again in the second section, Healing from Spirit Guides. So we're going to go on, keep moving forward and read from the guidebook on this one. Card number 13, Lost but Never Alone. There might be times in this world when you feel a great distance between yourself and others, and the sinking feeling of loneliness brings you down. This is the perfect moment to call on your spirit guide and ask if you can know them better. Your guide will have been waiting for this moment and will be happy to connect with you. In meditation, ask if you can receive a personal sign or sensation that will only occur when your guide is close to you or in acknowledging a question of yours. The same sign or sensation will appear repeatedly until you understand this is your guide's personal calling card and their way of building trust with you. This may look different for everybody, folks. I want to go back. Some may hear the message audibly. Some may see a message. They're all around us. Messages can come from a complete stranger passing by. They may say something, or sometimes it's just a look in their eye. It may not even be words that come out of their mouths. There's just a look in their eye. When you make eye contact with them, you know your souls just communicated with each other. That was a message for you. Some, it may be feathers or birds or spirit animals. I don't know. If some of you are feeling called when I just said the words spirit animals, try doing some research about spirit animals maybe. Or the signs of the angelic realm. Perhaps you feel called to research signs that your guides and spirits are near you. It's just going to be different for everybody. So keep an open mind, okay? Oh, songs, that's a big one. Numerology, timing. Timing is everything. Divine timing, folks. It is real. And sometimes that path less traveled may feel like it's not the right timing for something, but in actuality, it really is, because it's the divine spirit, the angels, the angelic realm, reminding you that, hey, we're here. We're here to listen. We're here to help you and guide you down that path. And you are never alone. Okay, so the third card is Don't Fear Change, Embrace It and Grow. It's number 34. There is an individual with, it's a beautiful, they're up in the sky as it appears to me, and it's just magical. It's perhaps, I'm hearing dawning of a new day. It's magical. It's where dreams come true is what I'm hearing. Oh, put your dreams out to the universe and we will guide you on your journey. That journey may look different for everybody, and it may be stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping out of the box that you're accustomed to, that we've all been conditioned to live in through our upbringing, our past experiences, all our experiences, personal and professionally, in love, finances, life overall. Maybe that path that you're on right now, little messages or little visions or ideas or thoughts keep popping into your head about a different career opportunity or a different way of living. You know, if maybe you're wanting to change your eating habits or your lifestyle and just the way things have been going so far, that's fine. It's gotten you to this point. Or maybe you're just at a crossroads where you're like, something's got to change. Change needs to happen. I don't feel like this is the right way of living, because being on a spiritual awakening, being on this journey And being at this level of spirituality really changes us all. It changes our way of thinking, of being, of feeling. It takes it to a whole nother level in a good way, in a loving way. Not to say that there are not lows, because in your spiritual awakening, folks, I know I didn't say much about this in the beginning. I didn't think this was going to go in that direction, but here we are. Going through a spiritual awakening, there are some really low lows. But those low lows, there are lessons to be learned in those moments. And have y'all heard the phrase, I grew up with the phrase of 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, right? So I feel like I'm taking 2 steps forward in the right direction, and then all of a sudden bombarded with 10 steps that I just get bombarded and feel like I'm being pushed back, like get the wind knocked out of me. I've heard others say as if the rug was swept out from underneath your feet, and then you're like, wait a minute, I was doing so good. I was feeling good. I was feeling happy. I was meditating. I was evolving spiritually, and I was connecting with my angels and my spirit guides. And now what? That is going to happen. Even when you progress on your spiritual journey, there are levels of spirituality. It's like, you can equate, I'm hearing the analogy of your spiritual awakening is that of growing up on earth. You have infant, toddler, teenage years, early adulthood, and then into your mid-adulthood. Sorry, I don't know. Your midpoint, midway, right? Then you're in your more mature phase of life. That's like what they're sharing. And no matter what phase of life you're in, no matter what phase of your awakening journey you're in, our angels, our guides, and spirits are asking us to not fear change, but to embrace it and grow from it, and know that we are exactly where we are meant to be, good, bad, indifferent. And we can use that as a learning experience and opportunity. It's like a tool in our toolbox. And now I am being guided to the guidebook before I continue rambling on. And this message is from the section Healing from Spirit Sages and Masters. So we have our sages and masters here. Don't fear change, embrace it, and grow. Change is a large part of the human journey, and in order to grow, you have to know change at some point. The wise spirit sages and masters know that everything in the human world is impermanent and will therefore change. And because of this, they accept transformation. Watching life evolve over time has taught them that those who learn not to resist evolutionary changes will always survive, whereas those who struggle with them will not. It is because life is always changing that so many lessons can be learned here. Now is not the time to concern yourself with being right or wrong. It is time to change and adapt. Accept this and you will grow. You already know this in your heart. The supporting card that came out, I love this. You have the ability to affect your own destiny. Number 41. And this is a beautiful, this is for my fire signs. I feel like it's for all beings. It's for all of us. But I'm getting a strong message of fire signs in particular. Warmth, love, energy. This card has, I don't know why I said fire signs. I really don't. Okay, Leo. I'm hearing this. Maybe this is a particular. Okay. Okay. The spirit sages and masters. I'm hearing Leo, Virgo. I'm not too much into astrology. That's why I'm really surprised that this is coming out. But we'll go with it. We'll run with it. So on this card, it's almost like a fireball up in the sky, and it has a mixture of dark and light, darkness and lightness. So you have the ability to affect your own destiny. I love this. So come into the light, folks. The passion, energy, love. Use that spark or fire deep within to step outside of your comfort zone. Take that path less traveled. That's the first step. That is the first thing to do. Listen to your intuition, your gut. And there's going to be some ups and downs. I see there's hills here, so that's what leads me. There's hills, mountains, and there's some clouds. Maybe it's dust. I don't know, but this glowing ember it's an ember glow in the middle, and it emanates out to a deep red, fiery red to a deep wine. I'm a wine drinker, folks, so that's what it's burgundy. There will be some ups and downs, but ultimately it is your choice and your decision to make. And either way, it is going to be okay, because our angels, our guides, our spirits will always be with us, always. God, source, universe, they have our backs, and they will not leave us or forsake us. So with that said, I will go to the guidebook and read the message that this beautiful card has for us. You have the ability to affect your own destiny. Only those who have overcome life's hurdles can order their own life with skill. But when you reach a certain point in life, you know that you can make appropriate changes when required. Guardian spirits have led you to this very moment when you feel equipped to take responsibility for your own actions. You are where you're supposed to be. The next step on the path is yours, and mighty guardian spirits are telling you that you are ready to handle this situation. This is an important moment in your life, so own it. Oh, what a beautiful story that we have been given today. But thank you, angels. Thank you, spirits, guides, spirit masters, and sages. And guardian spirits. This is beautiful. So I would just like to do a quick recap that sums up the story of the beautiful messages shared with us today without all of the in-between chatter. There might be a little bit here and there, but okay. The first card was about what our angels, guides, and spirit team are reminding you of where your strength lies at this time. The first step is taken. You have asked for help. Asking for help for me has always been the most difficult to recognize and seek. But our angelic team is applauding you for doing that, and they encourage you to continue doing so with love and compassion in your heart. This leads us into what you may be feeling in your heart space of possibly being alone physically, emotionally, spiritually, or all of the above, lost but never alone. And your guides are reminding you to remain open, trust, and call upon them throughout your healing journey. Take to the internet, read books, stop by your local holistic healing stores where they sell crystals, books for Reiki sessions, readings, etc. Or take a class to connect with like-minded individuals and learn more about your guides and how they are signaling to you that they're with you. The message can be sent through your intuition, that gut feeling, through dreams, symbols, songs, social media, YouTube channels, knowing without really knowing how you know, interactions with others, numbers, feathers, repeatedly seeing the same animal. Research the spiritual meaning of that animal if you're seeing them constantly. I've had some powerful messages and connections with different types of birds throughout my awakening journey so far, as well as many other synchronicities. These are just a few off the top of my head, but perhaps you will experience other ways of connecting with your spirit guides and angels that will bring you comfort in knowing that you're not alone. And the third card is about your challenge to unwrap at this time, which is adapting to change. With the don't fear change, embrace it and grow message, your spirit sages and masters are reminding you to trust and lean into them and others who support your awakening journey to adapt and make those changes that you feel pulled towards. Those changes are necessary to keep you moving forward in your spiritual awakening so you can remember why you incarnated on this planet to fulfill your soul's mission. Just make sure your actions, words, and steps are made from a place of love compassion, and understanding. If you don't feel as if you're honoring yourself or your life's purpose, your decisions and choices are more than likely coming from your ego. In which case, tell that ego to take a walk, folks. As a message came to me several times in the recent past, just make a choice. Don't be caught up in or paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice. I believe we incarnated here to learn and experience the human world, and sometimes that means making mistakes and learning from them. But those mistakes don't define who you are. I will repeat that. Your mistakes do not define who you are at this very moment. And this leads us to the supporting card that popped out while I was shuffling the deck. You have the ability to affect your own destiny. Your guardian spirits want you to know that you are right where you're supposed to be at this exact moment in earthly time. Good, bad, indifferent, you are being led to make some positive changes in your life. Some may be huge changes in relationships, friendships, careers, addictions, activities, and some may not appear to be very big changes, but rather adjustments. Either way, because of our free will, we are the only ones who can alter our path. Remember, you're not alone in making these changes. Your angels and guardian spirits and angelic realm are with you every step of the way. Just ask, listen, and give thanks for their guided messages. After all, we all have the ability to affect our own destiny. And just a little disclaimer here before we close out. Please remember that this is not advice by any means, and I am not telling anyone what to do or how to live their lives. I'm simply verbalizing messages that I have been guided to and called to share with those of you who are looking for support because you sense or know something bigger than yourself is at play, because it is. This channel was created with the intentions of spreading hope, love, and inspiration for healing your inner wounds and heart, so we can raise our frequency to higher vibrations and spread the joy, happiness, and kindness that we so desperately need now more than ever. Go find that spark, that fire of healthy joy and happiness, and see how you can incorporate it into your life, even if it's just as a hobby or in your spare time. In closing, I just want to say thank you, angels, for reminding us of your presence and the messages we received from you and our guides today. Thank you for your unconditional and powerful love today and every day. I'm so grateful to have been a part of this energy experience for the collective as a whole, knowing that the wisdom of the angelic Reiki energy will continue for as long as needed for the greatest and highest good for all beings and things. May you all have a beautiful rest of your day filled with love, light, compassion, and clarity. Thank you again, angels, guides, and spirit, for all the wonderful messages that came through today. And thank you to all of you who joined, who are listening. Thank you for joining us and supporting us on this channel and this journey. Let's walk it together. Until next time, take care, everybody.